Greetings, Patrick here. Have Cheetah will view. So once again, I found myself went out for a walk, and it started raining, started pouring. Don't know where it came from. All I know is like it just came out of nowhere, and wouldn't you know it, I ended up in the damn horror corner. So while I was at the horror corner, I said, well, I'm stuck here, not going anywhere, because I'll always get stuck in the damn horror corner, thanks to our good friend Sean Patrick Erschen. So I decided to do his tag. He decided to do a John Carpenter tag, so I said, okay, well, why not, right? Because it's like I said, I'm not going anywhere. So we thought we'd go ahead and throw our hat in the ring with some John Carpenter stuff. Now, I like John Carpenter, I do. Not every movie, of course, but I like him as a director overall. So I thought I'd go ahead and answer some of the questions that Sean Patrick Erschen has left out for us on this tag. Like he tagged everybody, just showing, the chips and some answers. This is unplanned. I didn't plan on doing this till I got stuck in the horror corner. So we asked, what's the best musical score for a John Carpenter film? Well, obviously, I'm going to go with Escape from New York, because that's my favorite John Carpenter film. Because that movie is flawless. It has everything in it. It has action, adventure, suspense, comedy, a hint of romance. Has Adrienne Barbeau in it at her prime. Has the music is just thumping throughout the whole movie and keeps it pulsing and just going forward at all times. So the best score for me is Escape from New York. Now, which film did I think about that he's done that has been underrated? I tell you, it's one I'm looking for too. So if anybody wants to send us a copy of a spare copy, we'll be happy to take it. Is Vampires. Vampires is a fantastic movie. It's great. It's a great movie. I don't know, I know some people touch upon it once in a time. I think a lot of reason people don't talk about it too much is probably because of the James Woods factor. Because James Woods has pretty much showed himself to be like a really scummy human being. But, we're not talking about that. We're talking about here. And he's fantastic in Vampires. Vampires is a kick-ass movie. I really enjoy it. I really enjoyed James Woods here. He definitely could do an action film, that's for sure. So underrated for me would be Vampires. Next, what is the scariest scene that John Carpenter has done that's gotten me? Again, I'm going to go back to Vampires. Because right so close after the movie starts, there's a pivotal moment. And it's not expected. You're not expecting it at all. Not nearly so soon. And that is the vampire hunting squad getting wiped out, and getting wiped out really nasty. Holy crap! It was not what you were waiting for. What you're looking for, or expected, or anything. And it was so fast. And you can see the faces of everybody. Like, what the hell is going on? It was scary. It was really effective. So, scariest moment for me would be from Vampires, when the squad gets wiped out. Okay, what if my favorite non-horror John Carpenter film? Oh, I'm sorry. What is my most suspenseful moment in John Carpenter film? Got to go back to Escape from New York. And it's when Snake Plissken finishes mission. He finishes his mission. And he's running out of time, and he's going to get those nodes burned out of him. And he's wounded, he's battered, everybody's starting to get in his way, and he does not have any time left. And his desperation to get to the medical bay, to get that poison burnt out. The first time I saw it, I didn't think he was going to make it. I thought that Hawk was going to stop him, and they were going to let him go. Like, we can't have any witnesses to this. But that was really the most suspenseful for me. That was the edge of my seat. Favorite non-horror, obviously established, Escape from New York. Next, Sean asks us, will Michael Myers die? God, one can only hope so. God, just, there's so much wrong with that series. So much wrong. But Michael Myers is a supernatural being. How they resolve that, they have one last chance of redemption with this series. If they can tie Michael Myers to Halloween 3 and show that the Shamrock Corporation has controlled him all this time, that's the only way this series is going to work. Only way it's going to end. Will they let him die? No, I think they'll put him on ice, so to speak, sort of like Han Solo in the Empire Strikes Back. I do think he'll be put in some sort of, put back into some sort of suspended animation or cryogenics or something like that. But no, he won't die. He can't die. He's supernatural. Okay. What is the spookiest John Carpenter film I've watched? The one that is probably the spookiest would probably be The Fog. Hal Holbrook, Tom Atkins, both once again, Adrienne Barbeau, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Fantastic movie. Tom Atkins again. He did Escape from New York. He also did Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. So he's an old hand with John Carpenter. So and The Fog is great. Seeing Hal Holbrook as a bad guy, not necessarily a bad guy because he's sins of the ancestors, but still seeing him sort of a kind of character was refreshing back then. It was so different for me because seeing him play such a somewhat shady character, you really couldn't trust him, and because up to that point, everything I've pretty much seen of Hal Holbrook, he's always been the good guy. Well, until Capricorn 1, of course. So that's The Fog. The worst film, can I say Halloween 78? Because I just don't like the movie. Just never have really gotten into it. I know it's going to be like, what? But, I'll tell you what, I'll throw a consolation prize. The other movie I think is really, really bad, which really frustrated me because I love the cast in this movie. The cast is gold. And now it's from The Ghost of Mars. But look at that cast. Pam Grier, Clea Duvall, Jason Statham, Ice Cube, Natasha Henstridge. I mean, those are awesome. Those are awesome actors. So how did they get us wrong so bad? I mean, it looked like it was done in the back of a warehouse like a McDonald's warehouse or something. The sets were just god awful. I mean, it looked as bad as Superman 2, actually. The sets. You know you're on a set. There's no hiding that. There's no pretense at hiding it. You were on a set and you knew it, and it just took a lot out of the movie. Let's see. If John Carpenter could direct one sequel of his, which one would you want him to do? That's easy. I don't know how he could do it, not unless he brought in, he would have to bring in a grandson or I don't know, probably grandson by now. But that would probably be for me. I would love to see him do another Escape from New York. Maybe put him in the Lee Van Cleef position, where he needs a young Snake Plissken type to come in and do a mission for him. But he wouldn't be quite the asshole that Lee Van Cleef was. That would be best. I would like to see that, or maybe to get The Fog done right. I mean everybody knows and everybody hates the first sequel they made, or the first remake they made. So have him come back and do the sequel. I think he could do it. He's got skills. He could do it. Does John Carpenter, last question, does John Carpenter have one last movie left in him? Wow, if he did, wouldn't that be the sequel? So would I want him to end on a sequel, or would I want him to end on a original? Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I would rather see John Carpenter end his career doing an original movie, because Lord knows we do far too many remakes, reboots, prequels, whatever. The chance for the master like John Carpenter to go out on an original film, and I haven't seen all his films. Like, I still haven't seen The Ward or Prince of Darkness or Mouth of Madness. I've read the books, I've read the stories, just haven't seen the movies. I'm anxious to see some other stuff of his. But you really don't see too much John Carpenter other than the usual stuff's out there. Halloween and actually it's probably about it. As far as out in the wild, as far as movies, I haven't seen anything from him at all in the wild. So I would say yes if they gave him a nice little budget to go out on, like $50 million or maybe 60 or something like that, and he had a good story to tell, then sure, why not? All right, so those are my answers. I don't know if I don't wonder if DoorDash delivers to the horror corner. Sean Patrick Erschen, maybe you can answer that question. Can the horror corner be reached by DoorDash? All right, that's it for us. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub button. Oh, I'm supposed to tag people with this, right? Okay, I'll tag. You know what? I know who I'll tag. I'm going to tag our Sunday night cohorts. I am tagging Al Lucard, my partner from the Midnight Society, and I'm tagging Danny and Haley, also known as Gory B Movie. I'm tagging you to come up with answers to this. If you already have, then tag other people. But I'm tagging Danny and Gory, and I'm tagging Al Lucard. All right. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub button. Hit the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my answers. Yes, I stay consistent. I stay true. I never liked the Halloween 78. Not once. Never said anything otherwise. So don't act all surprised when you see me say that. Even though I know John's from Doomsday's Crypt is going to be like looking to take my head off. But I am protected by a cheetah. So, and I am lost in the horror corner. So you can't find me. All right. So I had a lot of fun doing this tag. Sean, thanks so much. And I'll be back with my video for your 1,000 sub contest. That's going to be won by Hobbs Horror. All right. Thanks so much, and we'll talk at you guys soon. Peace. Oh, Midnight Society every Sunday night, 8 to 10. 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. That's when we start. And then right after the Midnight Society, it's Gory B Movie. I'll leave both of our links down below. So, yeah, we'll see you Sunday night. Yeah.